It's Friday, September 18th. Sitting here waiting for another DoorDash order. I generally don't work on Fridays. I try and work Monday through. And speaking of DoorDash, there's it. Sorry about that. I did get an order. Decided to make that my last order of the day because the orders were coming in and they were just being silly. This video is kind of about if you're a DoorDash customer or a Grubhub customer, it doesn't really matter, getting something delivered. You got to realize as a driver, like myself, I'm now home because the orders just kind of get silly. It's like 11 o'clock on a Friday morning, and I'm getting offers for $3 and $4 deliveries, and I'm not getting out of my car for that. And so you can say, hey, I don't have money. I want to get something to eat, and you can go about that way. But you got to realize that us drivers, because we aren't employees of of Grubhub or DoorDash and stuff like that, we do have the right to not accept orders. Now, like Grubhub, they whack you if your percentage gets too low, you don't get shifts and stuff like that. You got to accept 95% of the orders, which is crazy. And DoorDash isn't like that. I'm sure they probably ding you in ways, but pretty much here's the thing. I know you want to tip for good service, but you know what? You go to restaurants all the time and you generally tip people, whether the service is good or bad. But you got someone, we're out here working hard, driving to and from, picking up your food and bringing it to your door. And the thing about it is, especially with COVID now, you're probably not going to give us a tip at the door. I've had a few people leave some money underneath the mat or things like that. But, the myth of I'm going to give you a tip at the door just doesn't work. I mean, long ago, when I was 17, 40 years ago, and I did, Sam's Pizza Boat delivery, yeah, people tipped you at the door if you had good service. So here's the deal. We, as drivers, as you heard it ding, we get offered deliveries, and we get to, turn them down. And so here's the thing. I'll take a delivery $8 and up. And you might say, wow, that's a lot of money. But if you're spending money to eat, you can throw us $3-4 and we get $3 or $4 from DoorDash. Now, I work the mornings because they give us $2 or $3 extra. So some of those crappy $4 or $5 orders get bumped to $7 or $8. So if I'm dealing with McDonald's or Chipotle or some of the chain stores, I know I'll take an $8 from them because for the most part, they do a good job and they seal it up into a bag. I can't get into the bag and I don't know what's in the bag. And that's another thing. If you're, using DoorDash or Grubhub and you're the customer, don't blame the driver. It's kind of like blaming the UPS or FedEx guy for what's in the Amazon box. We don't put the stuff in the box. We can say, is it all in there? We have to trust them. And I love that now they're all sealed up. Plus, don't put, food directions in the driver's directions. We don't see those directions until we pick up your food and are in our car, pretty much. And so if you put, and the thing about around here at least is, I need 6 ranches for my one thing of French fries. Well, you know what? I don't see that, and now I've got to get out of my car and get the ranch, plus the bag sealed. You need to, if it's food related, put it in the order. And plus nowadays restaurants charge for all these things. So here's the thing. So if I get an 8, so if you give a $3-4 tip, bounces that delivery charge plus a tip, so we see $8 or $10, we're going to take that. That means we're going to drive over there. We'll probably get there before your food's ready, grab your food, and probably get you the food there before you expected to get it. Now, if you don't tip through the app, which is perfectly fine, drivers like me, generally the good drivers, I got like a 95% rating, and I'm fast. Like 95% of my food is delivered on time. Someone like me, I'm going to pass on that, and a lot of other drivers pass on that. So your food is sitting there at the restaurant, getting cold, not getting delivered, and probably being picked up by someone who's desperate because, frankly, there's no way I'm getting out of my car for $3 or $4. It's just not worth it at any time, but especially now. And so you also have to take into factors like what restaurants you're ordering from. But basically, here's the thing. You want to get your food quick and warm and probably correct, but we don't have anything to do with the correct, put in the tip into the app. So if you're not going to do that, it's luck of the draw. Plus what also happens on those little $3-4 low ball, that DoorDash and Grubhub tries, but DoorDash really, they try and get us drivers to double, triple up on the orders. I sit around and wait for the $8, $10, $12, $14 orders, and then I'm just going to take yours, and they'll try and offer me some low ball $3, and unless I won't even take it because things happen. I'd much rather grab your food, get it to you, and get another order. So that's just my take on it. But as a customer and you want to get better service. And oh, here's the other thing too. We love houses. Houses are pretty easy, but even the houses, maybe put in your description, like I do Instacart. I haven't gone grocery shopping in months, but I put my house is yellow with brown trim. Help the driver, but especially if you are in an apartment complex. These apartment complexes are confusing as hell. So put us, it's by the pool, it's by the dumpster, it's by whatever, but give us some, and also put the name of the apartment complex. Usually apartment complexes are all next to each other and they don't put addresses on them. I'm sure your friends try and come over and find you and they can't find you. And then if you work somewhere, don't put 3900 Chester Suite 5. Put the name of the business. Don't make us guess, because the name of the business is probably big and prominent, and then we can find you and help us out, especially with this COVID and regulations. We're trying to get you the food as quick as we can, and we want to do a good job. But if we're, like this morning, I had somebody put in, 3901 Q Street, Suite 109A. That's one of these gated, bad neighborhood community, and you're like, walking around, you can't find it. Like 110's here, 50's here. I try and call you. Nobody, I know, I get it. Nobody answers their phone. But when I text you, and it's kind of like, hey, obviously you used your phone to order DoorDash or Grubhub. Have your phone by you. It's amazing. Like, I'll be at a restaurant and they'll say, hey, we're out of things. Especially during COVID, they're out of some stuff, shipping issues and stuff like that. It's amazing how often I text people and they don't write you back. And I know on the back in the day it used to say, it wouldn't say DoorDash. And I used to write DoorDash driver. Now they actually put that in there. So you see it and just write the driver back and go, yeah, I'll take a Diet Pepsi instead of Diet Coke, or this, that, and the other thing. So just some tips if you are a DoorDash customer on how to get better service, get your food there when you want it. And that's my take on it. So